no. But don't get me wrong. I'm from the U.S. We built America. We're not leaving that money on the table. You get me? So we're always going to go back to America. Our ancestors literally built America for free. So we're not just going to say we're never going back there.
To you, that is in the diaspora, and you want to relocate to Africa, you need to listen to this for yourself. You have a plan of visiting Ghana, or you have a plan of coming to settle in Africa and to do business. This video is meant for you. This might just clear all your doubts in your mind. Ghana is open for you. The gateway of Africa, the gateway to Africa, Ghana, the door is open for you from the diaspora. I want you to listen carefully to this lady in this interview. It will open your mind. Come on, guys, let me not waste your time. Quickly, let's get to the interview.
But I thank God that is happening today.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Anything you want to say before I drop my first question?
No, you drop your first question.
I should drop my first question.
Yeah,
Great.
why not?
So, you made a bold decision moving to Ghana to start your business. Now, I know going into any country to run a business, especially when you're not a native of that land, can be very difficult. Why did you make such a bold decision?
So I made the decision to come to Ghana because I felt stress-free here. The level of stress, I would say, is like 10 times lower than America. I was running a very successful business, also Mati Spa on Main Street, downtown Winston-Salem in North Carolina. We were there for about 11 and a half, 12 years. Beautiful spa. I owned both of the buildings that the spa was in. But at that time, COVID came, and that was an opportunity to really reinvent myself. And so I was over America. I was over making a ton of money every month and also spending a ton of money every month. That's why I would bring in between 40 and 50K USD a month. But then with the expenses and payroll and insurance and utilities, you're left with a couple of hundred. So I lived that life for so many years, and I said, this is not real wealth. Yes, we have a lot of stuff that the bank really owns because we have everything on credit, the cars, the homes, even your phone in America most of the time is on credit. So I see how here it's more about cash and everything you have, you pretty much own. And that's more stress-free and real wealth, in my opinion. So that's why.
So you prefer the cash system to the credit system?
No, not when you don't have a lot of cash. That's the problem. So when you don't have a lot of cash, it's problematic. And the credit system is better. But overall, the cash system is a lot better. Because with credit, it's just a rat race. And I could break down my thought process as far as the building, if you want. All right, follow me. So that building, the mortgage on that building was about $3,500 USD per month, okay? There were two buildings. The mortgage covered both of the buildings, all right? So the mortgage for that was around $400K at that time. The building was selling for $809K at that time. So when you calculate what you're paying the bank, $3,500 a month for 30 years, you're really paying triple what that building is worth. Now you couple that with the taxes that you're going to pay. It was about 10,000 USD per year on the building, and maintenance on the building. It was beautiful. It was a historic building, but that means also it needs a lot of maintenance just continuously. So when I did the math on that, I'm like, well, this is going to leave me in debt until I'm over 60 years old. And also it's going to cost me triple, almost quadruple what the building is really worth. So in that situation, the only winner is the bank to me. So at that time, I was already up almost $500,000 in equity. So I said, I'm going to take my reparations now. And I sold it. And I came here and I built 2 houses. And I said to myself, if I can just build 2 houses in Ghana from the money from that building, I would have more than what I was in debt to the bank for. So I was in debt to the bank like almost $500,000. And so now I have 2 houses that are about 600K. So I call it success, a win.
So this is what a lot of people say when they listen to our conversations. They usually say that people that come from the diaspora, they have the money before they come in.
Mm.
Right. So it's easier for them to build here.
Mm.
You agree?
Yes, I agree. And I suggest anybody that has real estate that's what it's there for. It's there to build wealth. It's not there for you to hang on to it until you die and your kids get it and they sell it. And that's fine, but also you need to utilize your assets to your advantage. Your assets can change your life. Your real estate can change your life. You don't have to be stuck in the rat race. Now, don't get me wrong. It's easier because we have some cash when we come over, but we blood, sweat, and tears for that cash over 30 years. You get what I'm saying? So here's a lot more lackadaisical attitude when it comes to just daily life and business and making money. So I don't want our cousins in Africa to think that we had it easy. We had cash. We came over with cash. We've been in debt. We spend more money than we make over there. And once we do get cash, we definitely fought for that cash, work hard for that cash, work 18 hours a day for that cash, sleeping 4 hours a night, working every single day, And I think that also comes from the trauma of slavery, you see, because our great-grandparents and our great-great-grandparents, they worked all day and all night, and they went home to work as well. So that's in the blood. That's in our grandparents. They work. You can't sit down in my family unless you're sick or you're at work, then you get a pass. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Sometimes there is balance. But for the most part, the African American culture is to work a lot, work all the time.
Well, let's say without the credit system, do you think you would have been able to build the finances you have today?
No, because when I first purchased that building, I had to get a loan for that. I didn't have, the first building was like 209K. I had to get a loan for that. I didn't just have 209K, and I never would have had it if not there had been a loan process. So Ghanaians deserve to have credit option. As long as they know the implications of after you get the credit is definitely a rat race.
Talk to me about that.
Well, once you get everything on credit, you don't own anything. So if you bad months, 3 months, you can't pay, it's not yours anymore. They'll come get it. They'll come get your car. They'll repo your car. They'll kick you out of your house if you can't pay for it. If you don't pay your taxes, your house is no longer yours. So they have to understand that. So with that comes a certain hustle that you got to be able to sign up for. Because here is cool because, oh, my house is paid off. Everything is fine. I own where I live. So nobody's coming to kick you out of your house in Ghana because you own it. So in America, if you can't pay, you have to go to be homeless now. You have to go and be on the streets. So the stakes are much higher. If you don't pay your bills, you will no longer have your phone bill. If you don't pay your lights, you will not have lights. So it's a daily grind that you're going to have to upgrade to when the credit system comes. And as I look around, I don't know if they were ready for it here because it's a very chill vibe when it comes to business. And that's why my business dominates in our sector of spa. Because when you call us, I'm going to pick up. When you message me, I'm going to respond to you within seconds or minutes. And you can message companies overseas. We're talking about Ghana. You may not get a call back. You may not even get the phone pick up. You have to travel there. And when you travel there and you ask for a massage, and they might just say, no, please. And I'm like, well, when can I get one? Oh, I'll take your number and call you. And then they will never call you. So how will you make business that way? How will you pay your mortgage that way? So it's a whole different grind. If you want the credit system, you're going to have to grind on a different level. And it's serious.
Okay. So I'm struggling with the whole customer service stuff. I have a business and I don't know how to appreciate my potential customers better. Take me through the process. How should I deal with them?
Okay, yeah. I've been wanting to talk to Ghanaian youth who are interested in customer service about this. So there's some buzzwords when it comes to customer service that we use in America. And in America, I think we got customer service down pat. It's like natural. So those buzzwords are my pleasure. Someone asks you something or they thank you for something, you say my pleasure. The buzzwords are thank you for your business. The buzzwords are, as soon as you see your client, when they walk in that door, you look at them in the eye and you smile and you say, welcome, come on in. How can I help you? Okay. Email confirmations, text message confirmations. So immediate response. These things are customer service. Yeah.
If we get down to it, why are we not understanding these?
Maybe it's the credit system. Maybe it's the fact that you don't have so many worries here.
Do you think we don't?
I know you have worries. I do. But average African American is going to have like 2,000 US in bills, just basic bills, before anything else, any type of entertainment or extracurricular activities. $2,000 a month. So that's going to be like, what, like 2,700, 27,000 CDs?
Roughly, yeah.
So I don't think y'all raking out 27,000 CDs a month. I don't think that's the case. I know it's not the case. I live here. I'm a Ghanaian now. They just made me a Ghanaian, the president. I've been naturalized. So I'm with you. So yeah.
You sold properties, your property, and decided, okay, let's put the money into Ghana. Why Ghana?
I love Ghana. Ghana is a gateway to Africa. Also, I did my DNA, and I have Nigerian, Ghanaian roots, in addition to a lot of other West African.
What percentage was Ghana?
23%.
20%. I am Ghanaian, right?
Well, I see that logic, but at the same time, Ghana is the gateway to Africa. It's easier to do business here. It's a bit slower than Nigeria. When you're taking a calculated risk, like going out of the country, you don't go to a country like Nigeria where you really got to know what's going on. You have to know people. You have to know what you're doing. You get me? So
now
Ghana's
okay. We've arrived in Ghana. You've got a bit of money. You've got some properties here. What are some of the challenges you faced in Ghana running your business, particularly?
So some challenges. I like to lead with positivity. So, but we'll jump into the challenges. Where should I start with that? First thing is, I think it also has to do with being a woman as well. There are some times in which you will be huddled, you will huddle your staff, and you will say, this is the plan and this is what we need to do, okay? Everyone will agree and say, okay. You leave the room, come back. There's another man comes in, because he's a man. He changes the plan, and everybody changes the plan. So it's better now, but it took me about 1.5 years to really help my staff understand I'm the one who's paying you, so I am the person you have to listen to. I know it may be culture and his subconscious mind to change the plan based on what a man has said, but I'm the one who's paying. I'm the one who's in charge. So what I would tell them is, listen, since you wanted to listen to them, ask him for your payroll. Just ask him for your payroll, you know? And this person could just be a worker, any person of the masculine essence could come and literally derail a whole plan in which I've told the staff. So that's something you really have to watch out for as a woman doing business in Africa in general, is that, because I had the same issues in Rwanda, you know? So, but once your staff understands that, listen, I'm not going to pay you if you don't listen to me. So if you don't listen to me, you should go and work for him. And he doesn't have the money to pay you. So what are you going to do? So eventually they catch on. So that's one thing, is breaking that subconscious automaton. Another one is just, how do I say this? Where I'm from, there's like a code of ethics when it comes to business, when it comes to mentors, when it comes to proteges. Internships are taken very seriously where I'm from. I worked at Associated Press, New York Times, the NBA, all internship. I was not paid. I worked hard. I was pulling wires. I was doing whatever it needed to take. I was doing whatever it takes to be the best intern, you know, and that was back when I was in photography, video, which I'm still in, multimedia. We'll talk about that another time. But where I'm from, we work really hard for our knowledge so that we can become an expert and charge top dollar. So what I've seen here is that I don't know if it's like a Ghana thing or what. Actually, I do know this is a Ghana thing. Yo, so in Ghana, I've noticed that majority of the time when you have like an employee, and I thank God I have the best employees right now at this juncture. Speaking out positivity. But I'm gonna just say it. You can literally take somebody, pull someone out of poverty and not knowing much, seeing the potential, teach them everything they know, make them a star, and then their reaction when they want to leave is not where I'm from. We'll say, thank you so much. We appreciate the opportunity, appreciate everything that you learned from me. I'm going to go and open my own business now. And thank you. Let's keep in touch. If you need anything, if you need some massage tables, I got you. If I need something, you got me. And we go in peace. Everything's good, you know? But here it's like when they want to move and open another company, they're going to defame your name, like create all types of outrageous lies, do a whole social media defamation campaign and attempt to destroy your character. And really, it's just funny to watch because it's like, bro, I made you. I literally made you, you know? And so when you make somebody like that, you should have the respect. When somebody, because I have so many mentors that I wouldn't be here today, and never in my life, I don't care what they did to me, I would never speak ill about them, create lies about them. And that's why I'm so successful, I believe, as well, you know? So that's not a thing here. So that's a challenge. The biggest issue is it's a trend in Ghana for the youth to get a job, leave that job. Only 200, 300, 400 CDs. Our massages are 700 CDs up. You get me? Go out there and get your money. I tell them all the time, multiple streams of income are critical. But what you don't do is steal my clients because I also have to eat. And I'm providing a significant income for all of you. So what you should do is respect my marketing. Monty Spa clients are ours, but do your thing. Be a freelancer. You need to be an entrepreneur. So I only raise bosses. That's it for me. I only raise bosses. And I tell each one of them, listen, I want to see you driving a G-Wagon. Okay? But to do that, you have to work hard. Make a to-do list. If I ask you to do something, don't forget. That's very common here. You will tell a worker what to do. Oh, sorry. They forget. Make a to-do list. Be serious about your job. Show up on time. Okay? Don't try to spoil your mentors. Don't burn bridges. Because I'm the one who 10 years from now is going to say, hey, you need 10 massage tables? Or you got a big group, or you can't handle it? All right, well, you take this and you're going to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of support you need as you're growing, you know? So
Let me stop you here for a minute. If you've been watching this show, I want you to subscribe and become part of the family. We are on a journey of changing the lives of people on this channel. And we appreciate you for being here. But if you haven't become part of the family, connect with us. Hit the subscribe button. Now let's carry on the conversation. You know, when you've had a business in the US, and then also got business in Ghana and, you know, Rwanda as well, what does it take to make it work?
my granddaddy always said, the only way it doesn't work is if you don't work. There's no way it can't work. If you spend 8 hours a day, at least, really you need, in the beginning, you're going to have to spend like 14 hours a day on your business. Or you need to have your 8-hour day job, which is how we do it in the US. We have our day job, and then at night you take a shower, you do what you have to do to reset, and then you start working on your business from 5 or 6 p.m. on into the night, midnight, 1, 2 a.m. That's how you got to grind, work that 14 hours until you can quit your day job and go focus solely on your entrepreneur ventures. Then at least 8 hours a day, you have to be working on something that brings you money. And you have to have multiple streams of income. Because sometimes it gets slow here, but here is booming. And sometimes this didn't work out. You really thought it was, but this one is okay. You get me?
When was the point where you felt that, you know, you wanted to give up the entire empire you're building?
Are you talking about when I was in the US?
Yeah.
COVID. I was just like, I'm over it. This sucks.
Why?
Because, well, you know what? COVID helped me relax and breathe from payroll. That's it. It's payroll. It's payroll that will just say, you know what? My payroll back in the US was like $20,000 every 2 weeks. And I was just like, I'm over it. And if you have an unexpected expense, you have to fix a roof and that costs $10,000. Well, now you have to hustle up an extra $10,000 before Friday. And the stress of it. That's why now I say after the end of the day, everybody gets paid because I'm not holding nobody's money.
Yes, that's what my research told me, that you pay your workers at the end of the day.
That's it. I say you freelance. They might have to wait because sometimes it needs to clear the bank. They might have to wait 24 hours. But as soon as you finish, we send it. We send your Momo. That's it. Because the payroll is too stressful, especially when you're dealing with numbers like that. And I know there are huge companies deal with way bigger numbers than what I just said. But for me, the spa, it was a lot. So, yeah.
If you were to start all over again, moving to Ghana to do a business, what would you have done differently? The whole move, what would you have done differently?
Nothing. I wouldn't have done anything differently. Because without that information that I received from making mistakes, just jumping in there, doing what you have to do, I wouldn't change one thing. To be honest.
Did you plan the move? Did you plan everything?
Yeah, I studied this move for at least 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and back when I first visited, I saw all the real estate going up. I'm here for real estate. I love spa. Spa is my passion, don't get me wrong. But real estate is why I'm in Ghana. And real estate also was the play worked in the United States. So anytime I own a business, I'm going to own the real estate that the business operates out of.
McDonald's. Love that.
So that's the business model. You get. So if the business if it doesn't work, you still have real estate appreciating asset there. And a business actually operating in a building or a house will generate so much more than just Airbnb or rent. So much more.
Why?
Because there's activity going on. I mean, rent, they might pay you, I don't know, what, $2,000, $3,000 a month. A business can bring in way more than that. If you have a building or a house, and that's one thing that I had to teach Ghana, because Ghana was like, you can't have a spa in a house. I was like, why? Yes, I can have a spa in a house. Absolutely, I can have a spa in a house. They didn't really understand that at first. They feel like it should be at a mall complex, a commercial building, something like that. But those just weren't upscale and flexible as I needed them to be. So what we have really is a spa bed and breakfast. So you can also rent an overnight stay room there. They're very affordable and they're also full service. But yeah, so when you have, for example, a house, you can rent that house for, say, a house in East Legon, say, high $2,000 a month. It's a big house, right? Okay, great. So $2,000 a month. You can also operate a business in there where you can make $15,000 a month. You know?
So if you're a homeowner, for example, and also has a business.
Hypothetically.
Right, and also has a business. Say you're a homeowner, also has a business. It makes more sense to run that business from the location rather than rent it out.
Yeah, of course, because you're spending double. You're spending on where you live and you're spending on where you work. So why wouldn't you work where you live? Or at least have overnight stay options, depending on what sector you're in. You know, it's all going to depend on what sector you're in. But wherever you work, you should definitely live, in my opinion. In this day and age,
If you had to break down your journey into 3 key lessons about business and money, what would you tell us?
Cash flow is king, okay? So can't always get that top dollar price that you want. You may have to decrease your you may have to decrease the price in order to continue to do work. So it's better to take a little bit lower price in the beginning so that you can increase your sales. I'll give you an example. The spa in the USA, Groupon, like, put us on the map. There was a thing called Groupon. It's not popular anymore. But they would offer services at half the price. And then you'd have to split that with Groupon, but you got a large influx of people. So people thought I was crazy, but when we used Groupon, we went from having no customers, maybe 2 customers a week when we first opened up, first couple of months opening, back in 2011, I believe, to having like 20 customers a day. Okay. Now, yes, we were taking a major pay cut because a massage is $65 back then. So we would only charge $39 for a massage. Groupon would take half of that. So we'd really only get about $20 for every massage. Now we could be getting 65, but we're only getting 20. But guess what? We have people coming in all the time. We're selling them products. We now have their phone numbers and emails. They now know about us and they love us. So what we're going to do now is build a huge customer list, and we're going to message them every single month, twice a month, telling them, hey, we have half off, purchase directly through us, and I'll get you in a lot sooner. Because Groupons were pushed back months. Like if you had a Groupon, your appointment wouldn't be for 3 months away, 3-4 months away.
Right.
Because you have to regulate those. You can only take a certain amount per day. So if they want to get in sooner or get in today, they can purchase it directly through us. So by year 2, we doubled our income right there. And then it just kept going up from there until we're the most popular spa in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, or North Carolina, period, or the East Coast.
Yep. Next point.
Oh, the next point would be just invest in yourself.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to spend the money. You may have a couple of $100,000 in the bank, but you need to make a move. Just make the move before the money gets spent up on fine dining, going to the club, new clothes, vacations. Spend it on something that's going to make you more money. Always spend your money in the beginning until you reach your goals. Always spend your money on something else that's going to make money.
And for you, what was that?
For me, that was, for example, if I had an extra $250, I'd go buy aromatherapy in kilos, lavender, peppermint, rosemary. Then I bottle them up. And then if the aromatherapy costs me $250, I'm going to turn it into $1,000. And then buy some more aromatherapy and then have that money as profit, and then do it again. If I have some extra money, I'm going to go buy some brand new sheets for the spa. I'm going to buy new towels for the spa. I'm going to upgrade the paint in here, So something that makes more money.
Fantastic. You've got one more for us?
Oh, and the next one would be utilize your spiritual, African spirituality to help you reach your daily goals.
Okay. What does that mean to me? What does that mean?
All right, so we're in Africa. This is Africa. I have a magic wand on me. I travel with a copper magic wand. I travel with stones, thunderstones from Togo. We're here. This is Africa. We are Africa, okay? Even though we're diasporans, we're all the same people. We have African spirituality, and we need to use it. And I feel like a lot of us are suffering because we're not using the tools that are naturally meant for us to use to navigate through planet Earth, if you get me. So if that means that you need to wake up every morning and meditate, if that means that you need to go to your pictures of your ancestors and stare into their eyes to connect with them, to connect with that spirit. If that means you need to put out some water for your ancestors, some liquor, some wine, a plate of food for your ancestors.
Okay.
Feed your ancestors so they can help you.
Okay. So the magic wand you have here right now.
Yeah.
Is it going to be able to turn me into a 6'10"?
No.
Okay. What's the purpose of that?
The purpose is to program your subconscious mind. You get me? So your subconscious mind controls over 80% of your entire being.
Yep.
Okay? That's the automatic part of you. That's the automaton. You get me? So, for example, you're riding in a car, you're driving, you slam on the brakes, automatically you do this. If there's somebody next to you, am I right? It's automatic. You don't even think about it. That's the automaton part of your consciousness. The thing that keeps your heart beating, because you don't think about it.
Yep.
It just beats. The thing that keeps your lungs breathing in air every second of your life, that's your subconscious mind. You get me? So there are ways to program your subconscious mind. And those ways are symbology, which this is a symbol. The stone is a symbol. A candle is a symbol. You have symbology. You have repetition, what you say over and over and over again, what you write down over and over again. I remember when I was little in class, if you did something wrong, you'd have to write it down. I will not write on the wall 100 times. That's repetition. That's how you program the subconscious mind. A child will more than likely not write on the wall again after having to write that same sentence 100 times. Also, trauma programs the subconscious mind. Someone gets bit by a dog when they're 2 years old. For the rest of their life, they hate dogs. So you have trauma, you have repetition, and you have symbology. This is nothing but a symbol.
Right. So if it's a symbol, then why do you have to carry it around?
It helps a reminder. It's like a tool. For example, you can get a nail through a wall, but a hammer is going to help, right? So this is to trigger the subconscious mind, right? So for example, if I whisper into this stone and say, I want to do this, I want to make $1,000 today. And I walk with this and it has that energy. It just helps program the subconscious mind, which is going to start controlling all of the formless matter around me, which we control with our thoughts. And it's called a law of vibratory frequency. So that's going to have me vibrating on making $1,000 today. You get me? And everything around me is going to match up to that.
Does this manifest in your business?
And I'm going to, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Have you seen any blessings from using the stones and the magic wand?
Yes.
How much money did you make?
I can tell you off camera. I can't tell you on camera.
Okay. Because my listeners and viewers are thinking, okay, this is an awesome businesswoman, but she's got all these tools to help her. Well, how do we know whether it works if you don't tell us that it's works?
Okay, I know it works because, how will they know it works?
Yeah.
I mean, look me up, boo. I built 2 houses in 3 years. We're killing it right now. And that's all the support of the invisible support that surrounds us, our ancestors, our thoughts, formless matter. Formless matter,
Okay.
you put it into form with your thoughts.
Okay.
That's what happens.
All right. Which one do you think is more important? The symbology or the thoughts or the work that you've got to do?
All of it in tandem, working together, keeping your thoughts exactly where you want them to be. I know I'm not perfect. You know, when you have a bad thought come in, just kick it out and replace it with a good one and focus on that. Don't think a bad thought more than 17 seconds. Focus on what you want. That's it.
So I want to make $50 billion, right?
Okay.
How should I go about that with all the tools that you have?
Okay. First of all, change billion to million. So you can feel like you don't want to overdo it. You get me? Once you get the million, then you start doing the billion. You know what I'm saying? So just change billion to million first. Then program your subconscious mind with those 3 things. Repetition, you can write that down. Write it down 1,000 times. There's no way it won't happen. I'm going to be honest. If you write that down 1,000 times, no way it won't happen. Better yet, here's what I used to do. Record your voice. Write down your life script, what you want to happen within the next 10 years. Write it down. Go to your iPhone, read it, record your voice, then listen to it every single day, thousands of times while you're just doing random stuff, while you're cleaning, while you're cooking, while you're working with your editing, whatever. Listen to it in your ear, one ear. You could be out shopping at the market, doesn't matter. But listen to your own voice telling you your life script. That's how you program the subconscious mind. I did it.
Okay. Can I try this?
My magic wand?
Yeah.
No.
Why not? Why is it unique to you?
Because I just want my energy on it right now.
Huh.
That's all.
But where you bought it from?
Someone made this for me. This is like the 3rd one he's made for me.
But the person that made it had energies,
Yeah.
and they made it and they gave it to you, you used it.
Yeah.
So why?
You want to touch it? Will you survive? I like you. You're strong.
So my
Congratulations.
So my 50 million is gonna come now.
No, you still have to do those things.
Okay.
You have to record your voice.
Right.
Okay? Then you have to listen to yourself thousands and thousands of times. I listened to myself for 2 years straight.
Before the work or while doing the work?
While doing the work. Because as you're listening to that, you're going to have no choice. Your subconscious mind is going to start doing the work. It's going to send that email. It's going to do that research. It's going to buy that packaging. It's going to create that logo. It's going to finish that website. See what I'm saying?
This is interesting. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about it. Whenever I sit here, I like to play the role of a host, just asking questions. So even if I know, I don't, because this is interesting. It's really interesting stuff. Now, let's take this. How did you recognize opportunities for all those 4 businesses that you have? How did you recognize the opportunities? And I really don't want you to tell me it's from a magic wand or it's from a stone.
This is a tool. This is nothing but a tool. All the power comes from inside of us.
Okay.
That's it. Just like God lives inside of us, all the power comes inside of us. This is nothing but a tool. If I didn't have these tools, I could still do the same thing. It just makes it easier. So, how did I recognize the opportunities for the business? All right. I come from a family of entrepreneurs, to be honest. So from here, I was like, you're either going to work for yourself or work for the white man, unquote. So I've always been encouraged to look for business opportunities. Even when I'm on vacation, I was like, oh, wow, that's a really nice perfume. Oh, it will sell so well. And I'll just buy 50 of them and bring them back in my suitcase and sell them and pay for the vacation from that. So there's always opportunities. You just have to be looking for them. Okay? And just remember that when you're in business, you're always looking to decrease costs and increase revenue. And you always look for those different ways to do that. And you move forward. So with Hempers Farms, was born after COVID shut down all spas. So we went from making 50K USD a month to 0 because spas were shut down. And I'm like, no. Can't do that. So I'm automatically like, I'm the pivot queen. So something happens, something goes wrong, I absolutely will pivot and I will succeed. That's a fact. Okay? That's a fact because I know it. It's in my subconscious mind. Even when I lose, I win.
Let me stop you here for a minute. If you've been watching this show, I want you to subscribe, the subscribe button. Now let's carry on the conversation.
You get me?
Do you think that belief is absolutely necessary on this path?
Yes.
Why?
It's absolutely necessary because that's how the human mind works. It can work for you or it can work against you.
So even when things are completely bad in the physical, you must internalize it as good.
Okay, you must sublimate the energy and see the golden nugget of opportunity in every misfortune. Napoleon Hill, read that book. He got all his, Napoleon Hill, all those European scholars that talk about manifestation, they got all their knowledge from ancient Africa. That's a fact. They just packaged it and presented it very well. So read Napoleon Hill and watch all his videos on YouTube. But you can find the golden nugget of opportunity in every misfortune because there's always one there. And you take it, hone in on it, focus on it, and capitalize on it. If that makes sense.
Yes. So now I've got a young man asking me, what are some opportunities in Ghana that they can explore?
Coming from the diaspora?
Yes.
Okay. Real estate is a big one. Tourism is huge. You can always win with tourism because we're coming in on buses, on flights every single day, coming in from the US, UK, Black people coming in from Germany, Belgium, South Africa, Kenya. They're coming to visit Ghana because Ghana's fun. Ghana's the place to be. So tourism, our ancestors literally built America for free. So we're not just going to say, We're never going back there. We need the USD
We
to
need the
survive here.
Okay, Why is that? You have a business here, it's doing fantastic. Why do you still need the USD to come in?
Our clients are coming in from the diaspora, and the rates that we're charging is the equivalent of what it would be in USD.
Okay.
So if you're coming from the diaspora and you think that you're going to make it off the local currency, you're making a big mistake.
Talk to me.
You need to keep your remote job, or you go suffer. You'll come to suffering field. Keep your remote job. Don't think you're going to come and find a job here that you expect is going to pay you what you're getting paid in the US. Okay? You got bankers here making 2,000 CDs a month. That's less than $150. So if you're coming from the diaspora thinking you're going to be able to live off $150 a month, then you don't know what you're doing. So keep your day job. Make sure your businesses are bringing in USD overseas so that you can support yourself.
Isn't that the same reason why we say, Accra is so expensive? Because of the same thinking that, the services you're providing is equivalent to USD. The homes that people are selling is USD. That makes the local people cannot afford your services.
Actually, you will be able to afford it, because it's like, y'all want to get money with us or not? You get me? Each time I hire somebody, I'm asking you, what are you being paid at your current job? Oh, 1,500 CDs. I'm like, I'm paying you 5,000 CDs. Let's go. Was anybody else going to do that other than a Black American?
Do you see a change?
Was a Lebanese person going to do that for you? Was a Chinese person going to do that for you? Was a European going to do that for you? We're your only friends. We're coming with dough. You got to make it with us. Don't ask us why why would I come to Africa to wash out of a bucket? Why would I do that? You get me? We belong here. We were stolen. So we should get a free pass to come back here and start businesses, because we're creating jobs, a lot of jobs. Imagine 2 houses in 3 years, how many carpenters, welders, masons, the construction company got paid off of that. Work, real work. You get what I'm saying? I've had at least 50 to 100 freelancers since I've been here. I've taken people from being a house girl to a bona fide spa professional with your own business. That's what we're doing when we come here. Because we believe in, like I said, we build bosses. That's why I don't get attached to my house girls. Because my first house girl, she said, she's a massage therapist now. She doesn't clean anymore. And part of me was like, but the other part of me was like, I'm proud of you. Go, girl. And I was very happy. And I got another house girl. And then I'm going to teach her things that she didn't know that she could do. I tell them all the time, you're going through Maya University. We don't sit down while we're at work. We don't just be chilling on our phone. We're up doing stuff that's going to make some money. And I'm instilling that in them, that go hard, that African-American grit. You get me? That African-American grit, what it takes. Work hard. Don't sleep. You can sleep at night. It's not the time to sleep. You got 8 hours, you good. Now we working. Okay?
I love it. No, I just love it. But the question I had was, by paying them well, do you see a change in their working practices, ethics, and attitude?
No, actually, it gets worse. So when you pay more, it gets worse. But that's not my problem to solve. Everybody is not the same. All I can do is help bring up my fellow Ghanaian youth. I've created so many entrepreneurs who are doing great.
Why does it get worse?
I don't know. Maybe you can help me understand it. I don't know.
You think
I still don't know.
Paying them more maybe creates comfort?
Yes.
So they get a lot more relaxed?
Yes, but I don't understand that logic. Because if somebody, say you give somebody a bonus, 400 USD, that's like a nice flow of income, lump sum to get in Ghana. And you think when you do that, they're going to get better and like have a nice motivation, but then they just disappear on you. Or they just work decrease, productivity down 50% next day. It's like, what? What is happening? So I don't get it. Can you help me understand that? Because I'm not going to be like the Chinese. People are working at China Mall for 600 CDs a month.
Crazy.
Yet I get questions like, what about Ghanaians? Did you ask the owner of China Mall, what about Ghanaians? Really? Are you asking me, your cousin? For what? I've come down here to bring money. I've come down here with some knowledge that I learned in the West because we built the West. You know, all knowledge of civilization came from Africa. We went over there, we built the West, so we know a lot of stuff. We know how to get USD. We can bring that knowledge here and we can all make more money. But you can't cheat us. Treat us like your brothers and sisters and your cousins, which we are, and charge us the regular price. I know I sound American. Charlie, I can do it. I'm working on my accent too. I'm working on my tree and my pigeon and all that. But automatically, you're still gonna know I'm American. You're gonna look at me and know something. So just because of that, I shouldn't be charged 10 times more.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's like, it happens to me all the time. Like, I just say I live here. I live here. I know this is the price.
This conversation has taken several turns, but that's exactly how I love it to go. I'd like to thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it because I know you're very busy. Even trying to get access to you was very difficult.